some other sports like golf or tennis, you either are a pro or an amateur, and there's no in-between, whereas in the Pro-Am series of national races, the SCCA provides you can compete with $50 or $5,000. It doesn't make much difference. You can still be a competitor. When I was hurt playing football and I was unable to continue being a competitor in that area, I looked towards motor racing. I started out with a TR3, a Triumph, and spent maybe $300 or $400 on it in order to get it suitable for racing. And I went on because of my desire to win, I suppose, and it turned out to be 4 race cars and a big truck.
The nerve center of Group 44 is this busy shop in Falls Church, Virginia. Here, drivers and mechanics take care of endless missions impossible, preparing for another moment of truth.
The race weekend to us is our major working time, really. It's the time that we prove whether or not the work we did in the last couple of weeks was worthwhile or not. Race weekend is when you really have to get serious.
The search for answers is always a weekend away.
I think people who are destined to do this kind of work have somewhat of a nomadic approach to life. I can remember sitting here and looking out the window and watching the airplanes go by during the winter and not having traveled anywhere in 3 or 4 weeks, wondering where they were going. Just feeling like I should be going somewhere because that's a part of our life, always on the move.
Watkins Glen, you know, we've been here many, many years, but it's a brand new track this year, and I found out a couple of things when I was out there that might be something.
With a handful of races left in the season, the group rolled into Watkins Glen, New York, ready to wrap up another successful year on the Speed Tour. Running in a mixed bag of production classes, Jerry Truitt took on a Porsche Pack as Tullius battled Bob Sharp's Z-Car for the 6th time.
The first 10 laps were about the wildest racing I've had in a long time, and I know that Bob enjoyed it, and I did too, and he's a very clean competitor. There are a lot of guys I wouldn't run as close to as he and I were running yesterday.
A snapped fan belt finally broke up the 150-mile-an-hour duel as Sharp pulled away with 5 minutes left in the race. Meanwhile, Truitt, winner of 7 of 11 nationals and the points leader in E-production, fought to increase his advantage. Bumped out of the groove late in the going, he was forced to settle for 2nd place. First now, looking for his 6th win in 9 D-production starts, and John Kelly, the points leader in F-production, were ready to wrap up division titles. 5 laps into action at the New Glen, and both drivers were in command, with Bryan's GT sounding more like a Trans Am sedan than a sports car. Endless days of preparation for 30 minutes of action and the chance to reach some indescribable level of perfection. This double win brought the team's total to 23 victory laps in 47 starts. Another season thrashed into the final few pace laps, and Group 44 locked up 3 division titles and a blanket invitation to the American Road Race of Champions. The Supergroup continued to add to its already incredible track record. Road racing's white wave.
Is my life a journey or the destination? 'Cause right now this highway is all that